What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Before I get into this video, I gotta give a few shout outs to some people. Gotta give a shout out to the Western Express driver that hollered at me on the CB radio driving through Pennsylvania. Kept me company for about 5 minutes during that drive. Gotta give a shout out to the driver that hollered at me on the CB that used to be with Prime that tried to reach me on the CB, then called me on the phone. Good catching up with you. And then I got to give a special shout out to my two highway diamonds out in East St. Louis. You know, funny thing about it was I stayed the night over there in East St. Louis, and it had been like freezing rain overnight. And woke up in the morning, looked around, and the parking lot looked a little icy. So I was like, you know, let me just test this parking lot real quick. So I walked in to take a shower, and I was like, man, this is a little slick. So I was like, you know what, let me at least just fill up, see how I feel. So pulled around. There happened to be like 4 Prime trucks at the fuel island. And any of you guys that have been to that fuel stop, I think it's called Alleran, Illinois or something like that. It's a huge, huge fuel station. So anyway, I pull up, and there happened to be one of these highway diamonds out there. She was getting some fuel. She just came off the road, so I was like, you know, asked her what the road conditions were out there, and she's like, oh, it's not that bad. So I was like, all right. So, you know, I'm still feeling a little skeptical about it because I just walked across this parking lot, and it seemed a little slick. Now, I know it hadn't been driven on much, but I was like, all right. So fuel up, pull up, go inside to get the coffee, and I come out and I hear somebody saying no hippie. Look over next to me, there's another highway diamond there, and she's like, hey, you know, I watch your videos and all that. I was like, you know, appreciate it, everything, and asked her what the road conditions were like. And she's like, really not that bad. So now at this point, just the man in me, I got to get out there now. You know, I got 2 highway diamonds telling me it ain't nothing. You know, so I'm like, all right, well, no hill for a climber. Let's get out there and do it. So anyway, I only put in about 400 miles on this load today. I got a pretty long run from Erie, Pennsylvania to Cleburne, Texas. 1,300 mile load, and I picked it up on the 31st, and I have till the 3rd to drop it off. So I'm really not in that big of a hurry to how can I put it? I'm in a hurry to get out there, but I'm really not in a need to get out there any faster. So I did shut it down a little bit early today. I'm out here in, what is this, Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Chuck, just outside Tulsa, but I couldn't make it all the way in. But, you know what? I just wanted to give a stop in. It's been a while. You know, I had a few things I wanted to talk about on a more serious side, but I'm going to probably do that in a future video. But I just needed this to be a video where I just talk about what's going on and everything like that. If you happen to be in Springfield, oh, and I got to bring this up. You know, somebody had said, there goes, you know, Prime again, asking for driver referral codes and stuff like that. Listen, I'm going to put my driver referral code in the description box below. If you happen to be coming to Prime, listen, what I'm trying to do, not what I'm trying to do, what I am going to do is reinvest any of that referral bonus money back into people at Prime. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be at Prime sometime next week, and I got with Andrea Mueller, and she asked her how many people were on the housekeeping staff. And what I was hoping was I was going to be able to give a large amount of money, you know, give a few people a lot of money, but seems like they have a lot of people out there, so I'm going to be giving a lot of people a little bit of money. So that's just a way to kind of pay it forward to people that are the unsung heroes in Prime. I also got with Big D and discussed a few other things that I may be doing down the road, but I don't really want to let that out the bag yet. What other updates I got? I'm still kind of up in the air about this, getting this other truck. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but I'm still leaning that direction, just not sure exactly when I would do it, if I do it. I would say that if I don't order it by March or April, I'd probably just wait another 9 months to do it. What else? Shoot. Another great week. Listen, these have all been great weeks lately. You know what? I talk to people that don't do as great, and I sympathize with that situation, and I don't know if, in a way, I wonder if I'm just lucky or if I have a good fleet manager or what, but I am going to be doing a video on things that I've changed during my 1-year lease at Prime, because there are things that I'm doing now that are making, I would say, that increase my profitability by at least 15% over what I was doing when I first came into leasing. So I'm going to do a video on just things I've learned like that. I want to do a video on, I need to start writing things down. I have a lot of videos I want to do, and a lot of it is perspective. I think that a lot of people, especially when you start listening to, there's a lot of negative trucking channels, and all it seems they want to talk about is how much money owner-operators making all this money, or whatever it is. And if you don't know what you're doing with the money, it doesn't matter how much money you make. And a good way to realize that is look at most professional athletes. 7 years after they retire, I think, 78% of them have lost their money. So it's never about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money. So that's, something I kind of want to dig in a little bit deeper with, because I wish that I was a little bit more receptive to hearing things like this when I was younger, because me and my wife have done really well. And had I carried these principles with me earlier in life, it would have even been better. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. Listen, I bought some TA stock. Me and my wife bought some TA stock. I forgot how many shares we bought, but they say snitches get stitches. So if you're a TA and you ain't paying for that paid parking, I'm going to be in there telling, because I need to recoup my money. I'm just joking about telling, but I am serious about buying the TA stock, and it's really not a stock I expect to do all that well. I just bought it just to feel better about having to pay to park there if I happen to pay to park there. Plus, I do think they are positioned in a place to where I should do okay on it. I'm not going to do that good on it. But I also am going to tell my wife to buy some Qualcomm stock. As much as I hate this damn Qualcomm thing over here, I figure, owning a little bit of it might make me feel a little bit better about it. So I'm going to buy some Qualcomm stock too. Plus, I think they're into that 5G shit, so I'm going to get in for that reason as well. But I just want to touch base. I did have not a formal video, but I did have a video that I wanted to, on a topic I wanted to bring up, but I'm going to have to do that when I'm a little bit more relaxed. I just got off the road now. I don't feel comfortable walking around, like talking to the camera, having everybody look at me and everything. So I got to do it when I'm in my truck, or that's when I feel comfortable doing it. And then with the nights coming so early and the days starting later, a lot of times when I have these ideas, it's like during that time, and then if I turn on the light, it's gonna be all shining on me, making my forehead look greasier than Jermaine Jackson. So you know, I'm just like, you know what, I'll get to it later, then I forget about it. But anyway, man, I just wanted to stop and say what's up, you know. Got to give a shout out to my man Trike Rider Trucking. Go check him out on his new journey. He just put in his 2-week notice at Prime, and he's one of the people that I kind of, you know, when I get on here and talk about my experience with leasing, and you know, I tried to put my numbers out there, and people were like, you know, thinking I was lying or wanted me to show them a bad week or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you what, 100% fact, I don't have a bad week unless I'm going home, coming off a home, or been at a terminal or something like that. I don't have bad weeks. I don't know. So, but he's somebody, and I don't want you to just look at me, because I came into this with every advantage possible. Don't look at just my situation. You know, kind of look at what he's gone through, and, you know, have that kind of factor into any decisions that you might make in regards to leasing, if you're kind of in that position where you're thinking about company lease, you know, kind of whatever. But that's about it. Go check out his channel. It's Trike Rider Trucking. Type in that, trike, like a little tricycle, rider trucking, and then just Prime. He's going to be leaving and doing, damn, I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's some kind of a hot shot thing. So if you want to kind of take a look at another avenue in the trucking industry, follow him on that. Anyway, shoot, I am going to have a chance to sleep real good tonight. I had a chance to sleep pretty good last night, but these loads have been coming in a way that I haven't really been able to sleep at all. And I got one of those loads where it was impossible to make the delivery on time with the hours I had. And I just had to talk to my fleet manager and said, you know what? You might not want to know how the sausage is being made on this one. So anyway, enough about that. I want to thank you guys for letting me ramble on. I do appreciate it. Check me out on these next couple videos coming up. I think they're going to be a little bit more serious, and it may help some newer people coming into the industry. I'm going to have tip number 1 for rookie drivers, and then kind of the way I really look at loads when I get them and accept them. Anyway, it's enough rambling. I'm out.